Hello, students. Are you ready for today's class? Well, let's start. Today, we are talking about reading for comprehension, page 30 and 40. First, it's about camels. There is a question for you. Does a camel drink water? Yes, camels do drink water. But a camel can go without water for a month. If they don't drink water for a month, they can still live. And at one time, a camel can drink 120 liters of water. That's a lot of water. Here comes the next question. Where does a camel store the water? After the camel drinks the water, where does the water go? Do they put the water in their hump? No. They put the water in their body. The water is stored around their body. But what is in their humps? The answer is fat. There is a lot of fat in their humps, and the camel use the fat for their food. A camel can go without food for 4 or 5 days. Well, can you imagine what will happen to you if you don't eat for 4 or 5 days? Camels are really strange animals, right? Okay, let's look at your book, page 31. Number 1, a camel's hump is filled with, yes, fat. Number 2, which word in paragraph 1 means each? Each means 每一, 每一个. The answer is every. Number 3, the story tells why a camel, yes, you're right, has a hump. It's true that a camel can carry people, but the story doesn't talk about this part. Number 4, a camel can go without eating for a long time because of its hump. They have a lot of fat in their humps. They can use the fat for food. Number 5, you can guess from the story that camels are used a lot in, yes, you are right, dry places, because they don't need to drink a lot of water. Next, let's look at the sentences on your handout. Number 1, a camel can go without eating for a long time. If they don't eat for a long time, they can still live. What a strange animal the camel is. Without is the usage for your homework today. Look at the example. Aurora cannot live without Qiaohu. She wants to see Qiaohu every day. Did you like Qiaohu when you were little? Or do you still like Qiaohu now? I think Sophie does. Next one, number 2. A camel's hump is filled with fat. Inside the hump, there is a lot of fat. The camel uses the fat in its hump for food. Is filled with is also a usage for your homework. Lydia's bag is filled with candy and chocolate. She can eat them when she is hungry. What about your bag? What is your bag filled with? I hope the answer is not trash or bad smell or tissue paper. Okay, let's talk about pyramids. Have you ever seen pyramids? Where can you see pyramids? You can see pyramids in Egypt, Mexico, and Central America. Why did pyramids get its name? Because of its shape. Pyramid also means 三角锥. Long ago, did people have machines to help them build the pyramid? No, they didn't. So how did they build a pyramid? Many people, hundreds of people, worked together for many years to build the pyramids. What did they need to do? When they needed to cut the large stone, they used their hand. When they needed to pull the stones up the building, up the pyramid, yes, they used rope. And they used their own strength. They didn't have machines. So building a pyramid was really hard work. Now, if you have a chance to look at a beautiful pyramid, you had to thank these workers. Okay, now let's look at the questions on page 41. Number 1. You can find pyramids in Egypt, Mexico, and do you remember the answer? Yes, Central America. Number 2. Which word in paragraph 2 means very large? Yes, you're right, huge. Very large, or you can say enormous or giant. Number 3, the story tells mostly about building pyramids. Yeah, the story told you many workers were killed, but it's not the main idea of the story. Number 4, it took a long time to build pyramids because, yes, you're right, there were no machines. Don't tell me they had an odd shape. Their shape was strange. No, it's not the answer. Number 5, you can guess from the story that pyramids are, yes, you are right, very old. They are about 3,000 years old. What are they made of? They are not made of steel. They are made of stone. Look at D. Are they buried underground? No, you can still see them above the ground. But what is buried underground inside the pyramid? Do you want to see the mummies? Okay, next, let's talk about the sentences on your handout. Number 3. Today, machines help people build tall city buildings in a year or 2. Because we have machines and they work fast, we can finish the buildings in 1 year or 2 years. Machines is the usage for you, your homework. Machines help people a lot. Machines can do dangerous jobs for people. Do you know what other things machines help people do? Machines can help people work faster. They can do dirty jobs for people. And they don't get tired. They can work 24 hours a day. Okay, next. In Egypt, Mexico, and Central America, there are huge buildings called pyramids. Central America, you saw it on the map, right? Some workers were even killed building the pyramids. Killed, that means they died when they were building the pyramids. Next, number 5. Long ago, The pyramids took hundreds of people many years to build. Hundreds of people spent many years to build the pyramids. It was very hard work. What can be hard work too? Let's look at the example. Learning English is fun. It is not hard work. Do you agree? It is hard work for girls to move the chairs and tables. Boys should help them. Yes, so boys, don't complain when teachers told you to help. Next, number 6. Workers had to cut large stones by hand. They used their hand to cut the large stones. To reach the top of the pyramid, they had to pull the stones up 40 stories. Here, story means 楼层, not 故事. Okay, and by hand is the usage for your homework. Casper can cut the fruit by hand. He cuts lots of bananas every day. You know why he likes bananas, right? What can you cut by hand? Can you cut wood by hand? Or can you cut a table by hand? You can think about that. Okay, that's all for today's class. Don't forget to do your homework.